Hey everyone, I'm Ryan from Marine Parts Source, and today we're going to walk you through a really common maintenance task that you can do yourself on your outboard engine. We're going to show you how to change out the lower unit gear lube. And this is a really important maintenance task that you'll want to be conducting at least once a season. It's going to ensure that the gears in the lower unit of the outboard remain well lubricated and don't prematurely wear out. So we've got this 9.9 horsepower Mercury engine that we're going to be working on today, and I'm going to recruit Miguel, one of our ABYC certified techs at Marine Parts Source, to come in and help step us through the process, show us how to do it, and what are the right tools to use for the job. So let's get started. Okay, Miguel, so I guess the first thing that we want to do is start by draining out the old lubricant that's in the gear case, right?
That's right. When we do it, we remove the lower screw first, and then we remove the upper screw. That upper screw contains some of that oil, keeps it in there. Once the air flows in, it moves out a little faster. Once that air introduces, it just comes out a lot quicker. You're also looking for any metal shavings or contaminants or milky color. If you would see that, you know you've got some water intrusion in that gear case.
Now, before we refill it, you say that we want to check some things, right?
That's correct. So we're just double checking, even though our fluid looks good, we're just double checking that we don't have any gasket leaks or a prop shaft seal leak. If you were to get fishing line or something like that in here, is a major cause of that problem. And we'll do that, we'll check that by using this pressure or vacuum gauge that we sell here. It's from CDI. If you're going to do this type of job, you absolutely want to have this on hand.
And you're just going to basically screw that into the fill?
That's right. So basically we'll put our screw back in here, we'll screw this in the lower unit, and then use the needle to verify that we don't have any movement, we're not losing any vacuum when we pull it on this unit.
Okay, let's do it. Okay, so the first thing we're doing is screwing in that top overflow screw, right?
That's right, yeah. You leave that out, and obviously you're never going to push pressure or vacuum on it. So this kit comes with various adapters. With this one, we need this smaller fine thread adapter. So literally you just thread them on together.
Depending on what outboard application you have, you're going to use a different fitting.
Yep, and they've actually got CDI actually has one kit that has quite a few more pieces than even what we have here. Okay, so once we get that installed, have our hose on there, then we will literally make our setting either to the pressure or the vacuum. I'm going to just draw a little bit of vacuum on this one. So literally you just give it a couple of good squeezes here. You don't want to go too crazy with this. Your owner's manual is going to tell you where to go, how high. I'm doing this one pretty light at about 7 psi, just to make sure that that gauge is not moving whatsoever on us.
Basically what you're looking for is you don't want the needle moving. That means if it's going down, then that means there's a vacuum
leak. You've got a vacuum leak, and you can see it's got a release on there. So if you were to have some type of slight movement on this or a fast movement, you definitely have a vacuum leak. Well, so the first thing we're going to do is remove this screw. Obviously we've got to pump it from the bottom and make sure that we are getting the fluid all the way through the unit. Say if you don't remove this screw, it will not allow you to pump it in.
Okay.
So at that point, we would use one of the adapters that comes with this new style Sierra kit. It comes with a couple different things. You have the wide mouth bottle adapter, which is great because it works for any application. You don't have to slosh it around if you've got one of the OEM wide mouth bottles. And this one, like I say, has a couple of different adapters here. We know from our previous experience that we're going to use this gold adapter, and it will fit right onto our pump. We've actually selected the Sierra synthetic blend, which is the equivalent to the OEM Mercury that they would suggest. Has that kind of blue-green color as you can see in the pan.
And this is the pump that you just screw onto the bottle.
Simply screw this on. You've got actually a rotating adapter here that will adapt to your piece here. Just rotate it backwards until I hear the lap, hopefully. Okay. Again, we're just making sure that's good and tight. And then at this point, we will just give it a few pumps. This gear case is pretty small, so it's not going to take a whole lot of fluid. But you'll see the kind of blue-green fluid start to flow through it momentarily.
And how do you know how much to use?
Well, once you see it start to come out of the
overflow.
the overflow plug here, you will know to give it just 1 second. Let it usually set for maybe, you want to be safe, maybe 5 minutes or so. You let it set, make sure that it all settles down and all of those air gaps in the cavity have been filled. Completely full. We're going to just wipe a little bit to try to contain our mess. Put a new gasket on our screw, as we said earlier again, and we will just start the reassembly process.
There you have it. That's the steps for changing out the lower unit gear oil on your outboard engine. It's not a complicated job, though of course if you run into any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below and we'll address them as quickly as possible. And as always, you can reach out to our ABYC certified experts at the number on the screen. Now, if we've helped you in any way, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. We appreciate you watching and we'll see you next time.